Well, it seems like once again, ladies and gentlemen, Arise crossover is going to be updating. However, this time, it seems like this update is going to be very unique. And what I mean by that is, in this update, not only are we going to be getting, the usual stuff, right? Like a new island and whatnot, but apparently we're also getting something that people have been asking for a long time. A leveling system. So yeah, I can't wait to jump into this update, but just before we do so, just gonna quickly say, if you do end up enjoying it and want to see more, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button with notifications on. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alright, so first things first, let's just quickly wait for the update to, actually release. So then that way, we can go ahead and, read the update log. So let's do a little bit of a short countdown. So 3, 2, 1, and boom, there we go. The update is now out. So let's have a look at the update log, right? And let's see exactly what was added. So starting off at the very top, we have the brand new gameplay and systems where, just as I already showed before, we're going to be having the ability to increase specific level/skill point type of stuff. Then from there, apparently as well, gems and cash now scale with rank and guild donations accept 1 million/1 billion format. Okay, seems like some, small and relatively simple stuff. Then as well, we also have a relic system where new passive items with random ranks from E to SS. Okay. Now these relics apparently can boost shadow damage, drop chance, Arise luck, ooh, actually Arise luck. Now I'm sure you guys are definitely going to be happy about that. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me how you're struggling to get like a specific unit to Arise. Well, yeah, apparently these relics are going to be helping you, along with as well weapon power and more. Now unfortunately, this is where things get, a little bit on the downside. The castles now apparently need tickets to rejoin, meaning that you can't like spam rejoin and whatnot and do the method that I showcased before. However, apparently the castle drops have been improved, meaning that even though you're only going to be able to go in once for free, it should be more worth it. But anyways, apart from that though, another massive W here is that dungeons now spawn every 15 minutes, meaning that in a singular hour, you are going to be able to have a chance at 4 different dungeons. So yeah, for those of you that have been struggling to get a specific unit and whatnot, well, yeah, now you're going to be having even more chances and probably as well even more chances to get like specific legendary swords and rare swords and whatnot. But anyways, when it comes to UI and visual updates, it seems like this is just some, relatively, like bug fixes and, like cutscene changes and whatnot. Nothing too major. Then as well, the extra big and storage game passes have been buffed. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Extra and big storage game passes added. Oh, okay. So this is going to be, I guess, a new thing that you can buy. And then as well, apparently, the max powder dust is now 1,500, along with an auto destroy button on the action bar. I see. Then of course, to end of the update log, we have the usual stuff. A new island, 7 new swords, 4 new shadows, 1 new AFK mount, 1 new AFK skin, and the G0 was replaced in the AFK pool with G Wessel. And awesome, just like that, the update is now checked out, so we might as well jump straight away into it by quickly heading on over to the brand new island, which is going to be all the way over there. Now I'm gonna be honest, I do really hope that I've saved up enough money because I have been probably grinding AFK overnight for maybe a day or so with a lot of, disconnecting. So hopefully this 13 quintillion is going to be enough to at least buy one of the brand new maxed weapons. So let's see, apparently the best new weapon in the game is going to be this charged blade. Now at base, it is going to be having 14 quadrillion damage, which honestly is quite a lot. In fact, let's say we go ahead and buy this quickly, right? If we quickly buy 2 of them, unfortunately we can't get 3 for, the extra rank up. And then if we quickly head on over all the way back to the soul leveling island, let's see if we can get like a sharpness 7 or sharpness 8 enchant. That way we can compare it to my previous best weapon, which is going to be this S rank twin draconic axes. So let's see if I quickly go ahead and enchant this bad boy a few times. In this case, oh wait, actually, sharpness 6 and burning flame 2, and it's already at 285 quadrillion damage. Wait, whoa, hold on just a second. My previous best one was 264, so even with a relatively mid sharpness enchant and burning flame, it is already like so much better. Wait, hold on, what if we get sharpness 8, right? Because I really want to try and get like super lucky on that, so let's just quickly go ahead and enchant this a few more times. Hopefully we can get sharpness 8. No, we don't see sharpness 2. Come on. Sharpness 6. Vorpal 4. No. Okay, you know what? This looks pretty solid. Looting 4, Sharpness 7, and Vorpal 6. And the damage on this. Keep in mind, this is an E rank, by the way. This is the worst rank that you can get. it is 379 quadrillion damage. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be honest, these weapons are absolutely broken. Like, what? Imagine if we get this like SS rank, and keep in mind, by the way, this is still a legendary sword, right? In the brand new dungeon, there is going to be an even better sword than this. Now, apart from that though, let's have a look at the Discord update log, because I believe it has a little bit more information. So, the relic system, right? Apparently, you can get them from any timed event. So whether it is dungeons, castle, Jeju Island, it seems like it doesn't really matter. You could literally do anything in the game and it will reward you. And then over here, apparently, it's going to be giving you a little bit of an insight onto how OP they're going to be. So, for example, rank SS is going to be a 120% buff effect. So yeah, if we were to, let's say, get, for example, SS rank on one which gives Arise Lock, that would be really, really cool. And even like drop chance and stuff, right? For like when we're grinding dust and whatnot, getting something like this in SS rank is going to be a lifesaver. Alright game, I see how you're playing. You really want to make us really OP. It is very, very clear. And then, oh yeah, by the way, the new system, the levels and skill points, apparently, how it works is that you gain XP by clearing dungeons, right? So I guess it makes sense why they made dungeons more common. And then for each level, you're going to be getting a 1% shadow damage boost. And then I guess the max level is going to be 100. So if you were to, let's say, get the max level and then use all of the skill points that you get, which is apparently 2 skill points every level, then you are going to be, if I'm doing my maths right, you will be able to max out 2 stats completely. So if we quickly head on in game, right, and go over here, I think probably the most important one is probably going to be weapon mastery. And then, I mean, the others are alright. I mean, if the game is going to be focusing more on weapons, you definitely want the weapon mastery maxed out. And then when it comes to the other stuff, maybe you could have like a mix of everything, like player speed, shadow reach, shadow agility. Because in the end, technically, shadow power isn't going to be making, you know, that much of a difference. Or at least if the weapons are as broken as I think they are. So yeah, unless the new pets are really, really OP, you want to focus on the weapon mastery. Because I think that's the only thing you should focus on. But anyways, is there anything else cool that was added in the update that wasn't explained in the game? Oh, dungeons now show a giant rod on the map marking their location, meaning that you'll be able to find it much, much easier. Then from there, we have the 2 new storage game passes, which if we quickly head on over into the shop, how much are these going to be costing? So those are the potions. 25 inventory slots, no. Reset stats is going to be costing 79 tickets. All right. And then where is, okay, here's the extra storage costing 299 tickets. I mean, we might as well buy that. And then as well, the big storage, which is going to be increasing your storage size by 70%. But of course, it's going to be very, very expensive at 800 tickets. However, do keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be boosting the storage of absolutely everything. For example, if there was a limit on how many grassroots you could have, yeah, it's now doubled, meaning that you can hold 20 of them. And then as well, if there was a limit for potions, I mean, technically there is, but is anyone reaching 100 potions? No. But yeah, as well, that storage has been doubled. And then when it comes to tickets, do we also have a double on the tickets? Yes, you can hold double the amount of tickets. I like that. So yeah, I guess this kind of wraps up the update. Pretty much the game decided to say, hey, you thought you were OP last update? How about now? Now you're even more broken. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go do a live stream right this very second. So then that way we can go ahead and officially try and max out this update. But just before we go ahead and do that, let's check out the final thing of this map. And that is going to be the boss. I want to see how much money is going to be dropping. Or should I say more? I want to know how OP, like how strong is it going to be? So here she is. This is going to be the main boss of the map. And this is going to be having, okay, 26 quintillion HP. Honestly, that isn't that bad. But the big question is though, how much money is she going to drop? I mean, is it going to be something crazy like quintillions? Or is it going to be something small like, I don't know, 10 quadrillion, 100 quadrillion? Let's go ahead and find out. So 3, 2, 1, and we are going to be getting around 170 quadrillion. Honestly, that's not that bad. But anyways, now that you know how much money and probably as well you can calculate how many gems I got, we might as well go on for the live stream. So yeah, I'm going to be wrapping up the video here. Make sure to tune in to the live stream if you don't want to see more of this update. And yeah, apart from that though, let the grinding begin once again, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.